Impeachment is generally bad for America. But we've crossed the Rubicon, folks. There is simply no way around opening an impeachment inquiry. It's the right thing to do, and the time is now. Congressman Dean Phillips, who flipped a red seat in 2018 and this week called for the impeachment inquiry, joins me now. Congressman, Nancy Pelosi is now willing to go down this road, but she wants to keep it narrowly focused on Ukraine and that whistleblower complaint. Does that strategy make sense to you?
You know, SE, it does. This behavior is so egregious. And remember, I'm one of 92 new members of Congress. We just took our oath of office 9 months ago. And we are very mindful of that right now. And I think that in light of the facts that are coming out in rapid successions over the past few days, we have no choice but to do what the Constitution requires us to do to uphold the rule of law. And I think this specific example is one that should be pursued because, again, it is so egregious. And I think that's right. And I think we should also do it expeditiously because that is also in the country's best interest.
Well, and that's what I want to ask you about next, because leadership further said they want this wrapped up by the holidays. They're reluctant to make this a long, drawn-out process. I don't blame them. Do you think that's possible, though, given, I mean, just the voluminous amounts of news uncovered this week alone? We're likely to get a whole lot more.
I think the answer is absolutely. We have a number of committees that have been doing investigations for some months now. You know, I have right next to me the whistleblower's report and the summary of that transcript. Those two items alone, SE, are so clear in the wrongdoing. And I do believe on some level the president may not even know that what he did is wrong. But ignorance is no defense, and I think we can conclude this quickly, and I think we should. We have a lot of work to do in Congress. Those of us who just joined the 116th Congress came here to do good work for people. This is not what we wanted to do. In fact, it's sad for America, but it's good for the Constitution and good for the rule of law.
So you're on the Foreign Affairs Committee, as I mentioned. You've issued a subpoena to Secretary of State Pompeo for various documents, which he has yet to turn over. If he refuses, what then? What's the plan?
Well, then he'll be held in contempt. This is obstruction. And this is one of the grave issues that we're facing right now. Congress is a co-equal branch of government. We should have access to those documents. They were requested 2 weeks ago with no response. They've been subpoenaed. We have other depositions, 5 depositions forthcoming next week. There's a lot of smoke, SE, and our job, our responsibility is to investigate it, draw out the facts, and then proceed on principle. And that's exactly what we intend to do.
Yeah, I agree. However, there were some complaints, even among Democrats, that hearings with people like Corey Lewandowski were kind of unhelpful to the cause, kind of looked like a circus. Do you think Democrats need to be careful with the way that these hearings are conducted, even if just to avoid the perception that this is partisan or just meant to embarrass certain Trump allies?
Yeah, I agree. I think that was unfortunate, and nobody wants to see that kind of behavior in our Congress. I'd like to see forthcoming hearings shown as broadly as possible to the American public so the facts can be brought out. In fact, I'm one who favors letting professionals do the questioning in those hearings so that this is not partisan. I think that would be in the best interest of our Congress and hopefully restore some trust in an institution that certainly needs more of it.
I think it's a great idea. Okay, so the House, as you know, is going on a 2-week recess. What great timing. You're in a swing district. When you go home, what do you expect to hear from your constituents on impeachment? How do you plan to talk about impeachment with them?
Well, I'll tell you, SE, I've been listening for many months since my election to constituents, a growing chorus from my district and beyond. My district is a affluent, highly engaged district, very moderate and thoughtful. That chorus has grown, and now a lot of independents and a lot of Republicans are sharing their perspective that we have no other choice, despite the fact that it's a distasteful pursuit. In fact, I spent this morning on the phone calling constituents of mine that have registered their grave concerns about proceeding with impeachment. So I'm listening to everybody. I'm speaking with everybody who wishes to do so with me. That's our job. Representation begins with listening. But at the end of the day, it is the Constitution and the rule of law. And we have to abide by that. And it's not just for this president. It's for the presidency and in the future. And that's what we have to be focused on at this moment in our history.
Yeah, I'm going to talk over the course of the rest of the hour about potential political consequences as a result of doing this. But I really appreciate you coming on, Congressman. Thanks for speaking with me tonight. I'll have you back as this continues.
My pleasure.
Thanks.